started blogging about 8 or 9 years ago when I worked as a wedding photographer, and I had a blog as part of my website. I blogged as a wedding photographer about all the weddings that I did and the brides that I'd worked with and the other suppliers that I'd worked with. And I also wrote some more personal pieces about what I loved about wedding days, what inspired me, and why I wanted to be a wedding photographer. It was my blog that got the attention of a lot of the brides and grooms that I started to work with. It was being very honest on my blog that made them feel like they got to know me a little bit before they actually asked to meet me for a coffee to talk about their wedding. And I really realised the value of blogging for my business. It was really, really great. Social media at the time was obviously not such a big deal as it is now. So blogging, having a blog, was a really great way to reach my potential clients and also to make the clients that I had worked with feel amazing when they were on my blog. So it was really great for really connecting with the brides and grooms and the families that I worked with. But what I really wanted at the time was a lifestyle blog. I wanted to be blogging about more than just the weddings. I wanted to be blogging about my life, about the things that I was reading, the places that I was going, things that I was doing with my children. I wanted to blog about our family growing, and I wanted to blog about our life as people in the startup world. And I had all these ideas, and I really wanted to have a lifestyle blog. I wanted to have a blog like the ones that I was reading and enjoying and engaging with every day. So I started a new blog. And when I started my blog, I wasn't really sure if it was going to be a blog for a blog or a blog that was going to lead to a business. I had a feeling that it would be a blog that led to a business, but I wasn't 100% sure. And so when I started my blog, I started with just the enjoyment of blogging. So I just was very much writing for myself. So I was obviously writing for the people I thought would want to read it, but I really got to enjoy the whole writing process as something in its own right. So I was blogging first for myself. So it wasn't about needing to blog about my weddings and needing to write in a way that was going to engage with brides. It was a really great exploration in putting stuff out there for myself to read back on, and maybe my children read in the future, and to put stuff out there to make myself think just as much as I hoped it was making other people think. And that was a really great freedom thing, to have a blog that didn't really, it didn't have to get any stats. I didn't even have to look at my stats. I mean, I did a little bit because I wanted to know if anyone was reading, but I didn't have to, pay great attention to which blog performed the best or worry about the tags that I'd used or anything. I just had this great freedom of having this blog for myself. But at the back of my mind, I did think, maybe if this goes well, it could lead to other things. And so I kind of had ideas that were very much in a notebook ideas. So I had the ideas of running workshops and teaching bloggers and maybe working with some brands and all these kind of possibilities of what the future could be for my blog. But right there, I had moved from having a blog that was very much about content marketing, talking to my potential clients, celebrating with my clients when they had got married or when they'd come back to me with their children to do a portrait shoot. So that was a very different type of blogging to suddenly having the freedom of a lifestyle blog. And then as my blog grew, I began to think, okay, maybe this is getting bigger and a bit more serious, and I began to network with a lot of other bloggers, and I got a bit more well known, and so I got to work with some brands, and that was all very exciting and new and different. And I began to think about my content in a bit more of an ordered way. So I began to think, okay, what are the things that people are enjoying? What are the things that I'm enjoying? How can I work that into getting more of the popular stuff and the stuff that I'm loving into the mix so that my blog can continue to grow and this can continue to be a big part of my life? So while I was doing all this, I also realised that blogging had a big impact on my life. It was making me do things that I had written down as, oh yes, it would be great to read that book or to go to that exhibition, or it would be brilliant to make these things with my children, or it would be really good to clear out the playroom and design it the way I want to. And I would have all these, wouldn't it be great if? And having a blog made me turn the wouldn't it be great ifs into reality. So wouldn't it be great to read that book? Yes, that would be amazing, because then I could share it with my followers and tell them to also go and read the book. Wouldn't it be great to go and visit that place? Yes, that would be amazing, because we would have a wonderful day out and really enjoy it. And then I could take some pictures and share that with my followers. So it really pushed me and encouraged me to bake the things, to make the things, to do the interiors that I wanted to do at home. All the things that are so easy to just have in a notebook and to have in a one day, I will do X, Y, and Z. Having a blog, and having a blog still does this for me now, really, really helped me to lead a really full life and to do all those things that it's so easy to put off. It actually pushed me to go out and do them and to lead my best life. Every year, at the end of every year, we make a photo book of all the images, well, not all of them, but a lovely selection of images of our family life over the year. And there was a real change in the book when I really put my all into blogging, because suddenly we were doing so much more, we were making so much more, and not only were we doing all this, but I was recording it. So I was actually taking the time to get my camera out and take the pictures, because I could put the pictures on my blog. And I still think this is such a wonderful reason to have a blog, because it really helps you and pushes you to do all the things that you are planning to do or you would love to do, and it really helps you give you that kick to go and do it and to have amazing fun. So my blog was growing and I was loving it and enjoying it and meeting lots of people. And then along the side of that, my business was growing as well. And so I was running lots of workshops. I think I'd got a studio, I hadn't got a studio at this point, but almost got a studio. And then I got offered a book deal. Well, I got offered to go and pitch a book. So a publisher had seen what I do online, they had seen my social media, they had seen my blog, they liked what they saw, and they really wanted me to create a book. This was amazing, this was like a massive dream come true, and it was actually a reason that I had put down in my kind of notebook of ideas of starting a blog in the first place. So this was brilliant. But what happened was I did the book and I loved doing the book, and I got to travel in the States with my daughter after writing the book and do a book tour, and I met amazing people while doing my book. They're still my friends now. Incredible experience. But when I was writing the book, I tried to link my blog to the book. So I forced a lot of posts and I wrote a lot of things that maybe didn't feel quite as genuine. I mean, they were genuine, but they maybe felt a little bit forced and a little bit too connected to the book. And when this started to happen, people didn't read it as much and I didn't love it as much. So suddenly the blog was changing and I was not so happy about what was happening. And it kind of felt uncomfortable. So I did the book, got the book out of the way, and got back to blogging the way that I wanted to blog. And then last year we went kind of really all in with Makelight. So Steph came to join me full time, and suddenly we started talking about content marketing and what we could put on the blog that connected to the courses and la 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 la. And suddenly, bit like with the book, the blog started feeling like it wasn't coming from my heart again. So it felt like, okay, I was writing the pieces, they were fine, but it wasn't really coming from here. It was coming from here. It was like, what can I write that connects with that will sell that? So we took a step back again, and now we mix up the two. So yes, we need to write blog posts that are going to tell you what we're doing, that are going to connect with the things that we are talking about at Makelight and teaching about and growing the Makelight membership and all these things. But they have to feel right. They have to feel like they come from here, because when your blogging comes from here, your readers and your audience can really feel that, and that is when they connect with you. That is when it feels so genuine that they're reading and they're engaging and they are wanting to read more and engage more, and then they're wanting to buy whatever it is that you're wanting them to buy. And really, the way I see it now is that we are building Makelight because we believe that what we have at Makelight can really help the people that we want to help. So we're not selling, saying, buy this, buy this. We are really creating something that we genuinely believe the skills that we have and the experience that we have can help other people. And so suddenly the selling and the writing and the making videos like this and the blogging and the sharing on Instagram and all of that feels a lot more okay with me, more than okay. It feels completely right with me again, and it feels right in here and it feels right here. So it's connected the two. So I really feel like I'm still very much on my blogging journey. Blogging for me is still very much a part of my week. It's very much at the kind of front of what I'm thinking about, things that I'm planning later in the year, thinking about the blogging aspect of that. But it really feels like I have got to a really lovely space and place with my blogging at the moment, because I've managed to have this lovely journey of writing completely from my heart, writing completely from my business brain, and somehow merging the two and experiencing the two, and now having a really happy medium where I am creating content that is because I need you to listen to what I have and what I'm doing at Makelight, but also that comes from my heart and really wants to give you a part of our world, I guess, and share that with you and keep on leading my best life so that I can encourage you to do the same. So I hope that has inspired you to think about your blogging, or to maybe start a blog, to dip your toe into the blogging world, because blogging has changed so much over the time that I have been a part of it. But I still think there's a massive, wonderful place for blogging in our everyday.